You earned your first career Pro Bowl.
Yes, sir.
It's official now. We started off the year with a lot of heat on the Behind the Mask, and this man is all pro.
All pro.
That means he is the best, one of the best out of 3 defensive tackles, I think, maybe 4.
In the league.
In the league. That is the highest honor that's bestowed upon you when you look at what your teammates say, you know what, collectively overall, you a bad mother sucker, bruh.
Let's go behind the mask.
Welcome back to another edition of the Behind the Mask podcast. I'm your host, TKO Spikes, with my fabulous co-host.
Your favorite plus-size model, Tutan, Reyes in the building.
And we have another special guest today. He goes by the name of Grady Jarrett. Yes, Atlanta Falcons zone, straight out of Atlanta, Rockdale County, Conyers. Bro, we appreciate the time you're giving us today, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
It's Happy New Year to you, too.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
First podcast of the year.
Oh, yeah, without that, we're starting off strong.
Yeah, well, you damn right we starting off strong.
Starting off strong in
you
the
think
right
we
place.
don't bring some slappies on here?
Man.
In the right place.
Matter of fact, we only want all pros.
Let's do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. We've been working a long time to get that behind the name.
It took you a long time to get that all
we got
pro
that,
behind the name, but damn it, you got it now.
We got there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It felt good, long road, but we got to rack up some more.
Right on. So you came from the college, the other Tigers, the Clemson Tigers.
The Tigers.
And I just want to, like, bro, like when you look at the amount of talent that comes out of Clemson, you coming out of high school, I've read your story, not necessarily highly recruited, but you came in and you made a lot of noise, and you look at the amount of talent yourself, Vic Beasley, some of the other guys who were on that line, Christian Wilkins, who came after you.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think a lot of it really it started with your class. When you came in, by you guys set an example, what is it that you saw when you decided to go to Clemson that Dabo Swinney instill or just kind of put in front of your face and lured you there outside of the cash? But I'm just
Trust me, I'm the last person they would have offered some cash. Nah, but so my story how I got to Clemson in the first place, I was being recruited by Chris Rumph at the time. And he was telling like, Dabo, yo, man, this is a player, like, I really want you to he's good. I would go to the camps, I would do good. It's like my sophomore, junior year, I'll go to the camps and do good. He good, but he a little short. So going into my senior year, we was going up to the camp, and my mom was on the phone with Coach Rump. She said, "Now this our last time coming up here. Like, we done did our part, this and that, and he gonna do his thing today, da da da." But after the day, like, I mean, we good because y'all just playing with emotions then. But so I go out to the camp, and I'm like really like locked in, man. I'm like just killing everybody in one-on-ones and whatever they want me to do, I'm really going crazy that day. And so Coach Swinney come over, he got all his top linemen that's already signed in this class lining up against me, killing them. And so he just come, he watch her. And then after that, he drive us over to his office or whatever. And so we go in the office, he like, look, man, I don't have any more scholarships left for you. And it's like I already got a shorter defensive tackle. One of my good friends at the time, Tutan Williams, he played about 4 or 5 years in the league. He going to the CFL now, but he already had him signed. And we were both 6'1", and he like, but I'm gonna make room for you. I want you on my team. And we in the office sitting down, and like, how you feel about that, you know? And at the time, you know, I'm super excited in my head. But my mom's sitting there, and I ain't want to seem too thirsty, though.
So you playing it cool.
So I ain't want to seem too thirsty. Like, you know what, Coach, appreciate it. You know, I'm a think about it. So I hit him with I'm going to think about it. And then, so we get back in that car. Boy, my mom, 38, hot at me. And she's like, boy, like, what are you thinking about? And then she like, if you don't call him right now, I'm like, Mom, we cool.
No, what she really saying though? Because I know your mom.
You know, she wasn't going off on me, but she was like what you mean we gonna think about it? Because I had a little couple of I wanted to feel big time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, like the next day, I'm calling them, be like, Coach, we coming. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. So But just how Dabo, man, just been running the program since I've been there. He's somebody who I think we have almost similar stories in effect because many people didn't believe in him when he first got the job to be the coach. The year before I got there, we only won like 6 games. And then my first year, we ended up winning the ACC championship. We started out 8-0, and then we like finished like losing like 2 games, but bounced back and ended up winning the ACC championship. And then after that, we on the up, and then we go down to Miami for the Orange Bowl and just get totally like obliterated by West Virginia. And now everybody, this Clemson ain't nothing, and they all hype and this and that. So going into my sophomore year, and I didn't play much my freshman year. I know I kind of a little support role here and there, but I really didn't play much. But my opportunity came my sophomore year when I got my first chance to start, and we opened up with Auburn in the Georgia Dome, and everybody gave us a chance. And we go.
What you do to them Tigers? What you do to them Tigers? Spikes over there
You know
looking.
what I'm saying? We gotta take care of them. Take care of them.
I was at that game.
Yeah, so we open up with Auburn, take care of that real quick. You know, they saying
this guy, man.
this little nose tackle going against the SEC lineman. Tear him up one
Eating
time.
good too.
But yeah, so we opened up with Auburn, and we end up having a really good year that year. We ended up 11-2. We beat LSU in the that year in the bowl game. So we was tearing the SEC up. So we getting our rep up.
Watch out.
And
Did y'all ever play Ole Miss?
No.
How did? Let me just.
Yo, don't even go there. Stop. Hey, chill. I know where you going with this.
I just listen. This man expertise is being able to diagnose certain teams in the SEC, and obviously they ran through them. So I just wanted to get his opinion on how did he feel about Ole Miss.
I don't know. But we was always in the bowl. They always have with the bowl games, 5-6 wins a year.
They was there.
No, I'm just kidding. Ole Miss always had some good pros though. I say that Ole Miss always got good pros.
Yeah, we put some.
I don't know why they can't during. I don't know, like during the y'all have your good hype.
Be partying too much.
In Oxford, Mississippi, and the partying down there. Stop close at 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Cow tipping.
Nah, we know we're gonna go to the league, so that's our focus. You know what I'm saying? Playing not to get hurt.
There's always some good pros out of there. Now. I ain't gonna do them that.
So when did you know? I mean, you had, as Spike said, you had a plethora of talent on that D line. I think Marion Hobby was your coach at one point.
Yeah, Coach Hobby and Coach Brooks. So they kind of
and obviously just recruiting incredibly. But when did you know, like, you know what, I got a shot at the NFL? I'm sure that was your dream as a kid.
Yeah, without a doubt, definitely my dream. After I say for sure, like I knew going into my junior year that I would have an opportunity. But even during my junior year, it was still like that. Hey, like you hear people talking and this and that. And as I continued to play better my junior year, I was considered one of the top in the country. And I remember after my junior year, my coach was like, I think they thought I was about to try to leave and go to the NFL. But in my mind, I knew I had to still get better. So I knew for a fact after my junior year, going to my senior year, that I would have an opportunity, at least an opportunity. And then as my senior year went on, I was getting really, really good feedback through the NFL draft and the scouts and stuff like that. I was being considered like a late first, second round, at the worst third round pick. And so I knew without a doubt that I would definitely get a op. So I was excited about that. I was ranked in the top defensive tackles coming out. So that's around that time I knew I would be able to get an op.
You killed that senior year. I do recall that. And then draft comes. Obviously, family is there and everything. But that first, second round pick didn't happen.
Yep.
And then you went to the 5th round. So did you feel like shit? They had it wrong, man. Like, you know, I should have definitely went earlier.
Man, I'm for real. Like, I mean, the draft come, and so I'm thinking like they really sleep on me because I'm gonna really go earlier than they think I'm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I'm gonna go first round for sure. Like, and as the draft was going on that first day, and I think New England had the last pick, and they picked Malcolm Brown, the D tackle. And I was like, and I think this is a surprise to some people that I really felt like, dang, I ain't get drafted because, you know, in my head, you know, I know where I stand. And then so they didn't take Malcolm Brown, so I was like, you know, frustrated or whatever. And then so the second day of the draft come, Coach Sweeney actually called me that day, and was like, you know something, man, you know, just telling you congratulations in advance. Today is your day, and just enjoy the process, blah, blah, blah. And so we had the whole, so we knew that this was the day, and we had like a whole little draft party planned out at the house, and then like we was watching draft and like kind of smelled something funny like in the house, and it's like so I was like, somebody like go look in the kitchen, see if something in the kitchen, like it wasn't unknown. And then the way the house was built at the time, it was like a living room area, and then it was like upstairs, but the only thing that was upstairs and it was like a little game room area. It wasn't too big. It wasn't like a full floor of upstairs area, like a garage and another bigger little room. And so my uncle ended up going upstairs and seeing like something that caught on fire up there. And then by the time they got up there, it really couldn't, to the point where we couldn't like just go beat it out or just, you know, or put water on it, because I guess he said that like the wall was, you know, caught up. So at this point, you gotta get like everybody like out the house, you know, and then so it just kind of like spun out of control. But you had to make sure you got, because that's where the kids and stuff was playing at, you know. So had to make sure you get all the kids down and they're all good and get everybody out the house. And at the same time, I'm trying to like keep my phone on me because I don't know, you know, I'm thinking, you know,
drafting.
Yeah, so that's nothing you ever expect to happen to you, you know, especially during the time, you know. It's supposed to be a good time, happy, and it's just like a little chaos right now. And so all in all, you end up getting people out the house. You got to call the police, firemen, all this stuff. And while all this stuff is going on, I got the NFL draft checker like on my phone and keeping my phone on me. And then, you know, people distraught, you know, my mama distraught, just like, oh, no, you know, she like, you know, and then more than anything, she was still like, not on this day, because she knew it was a big moment for me. She knew how much work I put in, and we never really had nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, she just didn't want the moment to be messed up, but make sure everybody was safe. But it was just crazy that it all happened on this day. You know what I'm saying? So, well, before that, me and my dad, we go out to the and I want to say my dad, I'm a Grady Jarrett Sr. That's who I refer to as my dad. I got Jesse Tuggle, obviously my biological father, but we had a good relationship. But when I say dad, I'll talk about Grady Jarrett Sr. But we went to the back of the house, and it was like, you know, we trying to throw a little water from the pool and stuff on the fire, and it's at this point it's just helpless, man. You know, so it's like it was a bad, because my got hardworking parents, man. I didn't grow up wanting for anything, you know, and so to see, you know, all the years and out of my family, we was always the most stable, you know, and so just to see all that kind of just go in a moment where it's supposed to be a good time, you know, it just was crazy. But to me, it showed me like it is in a moment's notice, man. Like material stuff, whatever it is, that could be gone like that, you know. And
Facts.
The most important thing was that everybody got out safe, and because, you know, if everything happened for a reason, you know, and you know, fast forward into the day, I mean, the house, you know, is rebuilt, beautiful than ever. I'm in a different situation, so, you know, we had to turn it up some more. You know, everything happened for a reason, man. Sure. So back to the draft stuff. So the third round going, tick, 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 still not being called. And I'm like, man, what the world going on? So let's get down to like the last picks of the third round. And the Cleveland Browns had like the last pick, and they chose a defensive tackle, another one. It's Xavier Cooper at the time. I remember all this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You remember everybody name and everything.
Yeah, man. But I'll tell you, I remember this stuff, man. And so I'm like, man, what the world? So I'm like, I'm already frustrated, man. I was like, oh, fuck. Throw my phone, and my dad like, oh, chill out. And I'm just like, man, this is just all bad. So we just get through the rest of the night. Once they get the fire out, and everybody's safe or whatever. So we end up relocating to my cousin's crib out in Covington. There's a fourth round going, and I just see like more tackles getting taken, you know. And it's even like people no disrespect to nobody, you know, at all. But people like I just had no idea was even in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And
that's how you felt though, like.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people look at that and they come off as, you know, from the outside looking in. If they haven't walked a step in your shoe, they are quick to pass judgment. Like, well, you shouldn't be that way, or it's kind of like the Miss Universe.
Oh no, yeah. Like one thing about me, I don't never gotta hate on nobody or nothing like that, you know, or whatever it is. And I'm always happy for whatever kind of success anybody have, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna handle my business, you know, like I always do, and always let the chips fall where they may. And I'm never the type, you know, being in this game, you got guys who, you know, who want to be the top dog, or want to, you know, maybe might try to withhold information from you so they can get the upper edge.
Yeah,
I've never been that type of dude. Like, so, like as far as me just being real about a situation, that's not. I mean, I don't got no reason to hate. I mean, I'm good.
Oh, nice.
But so yeah, like so as it went on, the fourth round went on. I'm like, at this point, I'm laid out in the ground at my cousin's house. I'm like, bro, I ain't even getting drafted. You know what I'm saying? But then, for the fifth round coming, then my phone ring, and there's Coach Q, Scott Pioli, Thomas Dimitroff on the phone, and basically, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to be a Falcon? And this and that. So they traded up to get me, and at that point,
fifth round.
Yep, first pick of the fifth round, and at that point. It didn't matter, you know, where I was at. You know, I got my opportunity, and it was just, you know, it was a lot of stress and relief. And the fact that we actually got to stay in Atlanta, especially during the time when my family was going through, was another boost. And so it gave us, like, you know, a little new life, fresh breath, and everybody just couldn't believe it. Like, you know, ATL. Actually, to be honest, my mom, she called. And she tells the story better than me. Like, she took like a little piece of paper while the draft was going on, and she like wrote like, you know, Atlanta. She was saying like round 4 to the other pick. I think that's the pick they took Hardy with, and but we still got to Atlanta. So she did a good job of her foreseeing stuff, and so when it happened, she was like, oh my God, like, you know, but so because she gave me the paper, she was like, you know, don't open it till you get picked or whatever. Nice. So that was a cool little deal, and so yeah, ended up in Atlanta and want to be in a better place.
I know that's right.
At the crib too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing trip so far, and it's just going to continue to get better. Like, I wouldn't change the story for nothing, you know. But I always tell people, whether I got picked in the first round or undrafted, like, I'll still be sitting here with y'all two today. You know what I'm saying? Like, my circumstances don't determine the effort that I put into something, or like, if I'm well fed, I'm always be hungry. You know, if I can't start in with nothing, I'm always gonna go get something. So the same mentality, you know, you just got to continue to, because this window you have as a player is so short. You know, whether you play on the average of the 2.5, 3 years, or you play for the long 15+ years, it's still a short window of your lifetime. So while you got that time, you got to maximize it and put everything you can into to try to be the best you can be, because it's been important to me to elevate every year as a player, because I just felt like there was always something that I could get better in, and I've done that. So I just want to continue to do that until I can't no more, and just control what I can.
Obviously, your team, the Atlanta Falcons, struggled the entire year, and the two bright spots, you have several, but, you know, just looking at it, consistency, what I see pops out on film every week. Yourself on the defensive side, Julio Jones on the offensive side. You talked about getting better, like every year. And I even, you know, I don't know if you took time because, you know, the season just ended, but you finished this past year with 69 tackles, 16 hits on the quarterback, 7.5 sacks from a defensive tackle spot. And let me remind people, it's not like you guys had a lead every game where you had the opportunity to go and get sacks.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, especially, and they took one from me against San Fran, and that everybody was a little questionable about that. I done lost 3 sacks over the new rule, not this year, but between the past 2 years, the new not the new quarterback rule. So. But yeah, when your team ain't scoring a lot of points and you got to come from behind, you get less opportunities to rush. So you kind of got to make them, you know. And so I definitely feel like I got better rushing the passer this year. I wanted to get to my mark of double digits, but I almost did, you know. So, but it's still out there for me, so I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, finished up with 7.5 officially, but. I wish the 8.5 would look a little better.
Yeah, it would have looked a little better. I saw that game when y'all went out there and upset San Fran, but I say all of that to say you earned your first career Pro Bowl.
Yes, sir.
It's official now. We started off the year with a lot of heat on the behind the mask, and this man is all pro. That means he is the best, one of the best out of 3 defensive tackles, I think, maybe 4
in the league.
In the league, that is the highest honor that's bestowed upon you when you look at what your teammates say. You know what? Collectively, overall, you a bad mother sucker, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So, you know, when I see your progress like that, and, you know, a lot of the things, most things that I continue to see is everything that you speak, it has power. It has a lot of energy. Reading some of your interviews and just being around you, one of your quotes, I believe the best is yet to come. You just said a few minutes ago, every year you wanted to get better. And you know what? You put up all career highs in most of those line items.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I know your faith plays a big role.
Absolutely.
And you talked about, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to hate. Why should I hate? Because what's for me is what's for me.
Yeah,
did you ever go through something that really brought that proof to the pudding to where it really validated for you, this is who I am and this is why I have to be this way in order to get to where I want to go?
Absolutely. Shoot, I think where I'm at in life, period, like just coming from, you know, the where I came from as far as coming out of Rockdale County, we didn't have a lot of positive role models, you know, that came before me to so I can be like, oh, I want to be just like this person. But I was lucky enough and blessed enough to have men in my life early to set the example for what I wanted to be in life. As a child, my family was real close with Ray Lewis, still close to this day. Ed Reed, those are 2 of the best to do what they do in the game of football, 2 Hall of Famers. And I was around them as a young boy, and I got to see like work ethic and see what it took to be a good pro and just going through certain stuff. And I always knew, and then just even with training with them, to put your body through certain points that if you was never exposed to that, you didn't know you can get there. And
like exhaustion in.
Yeah, and I think that really helped me as I went on my own journey to pursue a football career, because I knew that, you know, I could always push myself to another level, like, and no matter, because of my quote unquote limitation size, that it wouldn't hinder me. And I just and everything, like the harder I worked, the more success I had. And I remember, like, I used to go on high school, the Rivals website and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll see, like, and I would like look at the guys who they consider was like the best players, best D tackles or best defensive linemen, whatever, and see, like, you know, where why was they considered as good, you know? And you know, I wasn't even considered one of the top players in Georgia according to the site. But it's like I would see like where they would lack. But I would see one biggest thing I seen was guys would make really big plays, like maybe 2-3 times a game.
Yeah.
But if you watch the tape, they wouldn't finish all the time. Like, so I knew that I had to make up ground as far as how hard I played and being around to the ball. Like, so that's how I kind of developed, like, you know, having that good motor and just always going, because even though if a dude get me early, if I continue to work and continue to grind, continue to push it out, I'll end up finishing in the end. And as the plays go on, the game go on, then I just start eating. So it's like, so that's why as a defensive tackle, I be having so many tackles, because it's like, because as a defensive, if you have 40 tackles at defensive tackle, they consider that's a solid production. Then like in college, my junior year, I ended up with like 83 tackles, and in my high school, I was averaging over 100 tackles, and we only played 10 games.
That's crazy.
And so it's like the stuff like that, and then like tackle for loss and all this stuff. So it's like me, I know I'm not a 6'5", 325-pound dude that's gonna sit there and just hold somebody all day. For me to have production, I gotta be in the best shape I can be. I gotta be fast, quick. And I'm gonna be stronger than most of the people I go against. You know, so the things I can control, I always had to make sure it was always in tip top and ready to go. So I think in just the things that they try to put limitations on me, it gave me so much motivation to be better in other aspects, and just You know, shoot, I think, like I say, everything happened the way it's supposed to. You know, I'm made the way God want me to be. I'm where I need to be when I need to be. Even going to Clemson to this day, like, been one of the best decisions of my life, because I have so many relationships, and even with them having the kind of success that they having now, just to be a part, just to say you was a part of a program like that, I mean, it speaks volumes, you know. And to have the kind of relationship I have with people at the university, I think is something very special, because I'm not at a place where the coaching changed 5 times, or administration has changed so many times. It's things all the way, stuff like that. Like, people don't think about that, and it's just like being able to be in that situation or a part of a program like that. It's just amazing. And shoot, man, I couldn't write a better story, and I think the story's still being. I know the story's still being written, and it's definitely due to my faith and just believing, and not really wavering. That's why I don't worry much, you know, and because I'm always trying to control what I can and let the rest play itself out.
Now you just finished your 5th year, but at the beginning of your 5th year, those dirty birds, the Atlanta Falcons, they had to come pay you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
They rewarded you, my boy. They rewarded my dog.
They took care of me.
4 year, 68 milli.
Ching.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I remember my payday.
It's
glistening.
It's glistening.
Like, you always talked about, like, things were not given to you. You had to work and go get
Absolutely.
it. So now when the Falcons rewarded you, rightfully so, like, what was the first thing in your mind as far as, like, what I'm gonna do to have fun? To say, you know what, because I deserve this.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Let me see what I do. To be honest, even before I signed the new deal, I was having a good time in life. I was living good, like, and a lot of things were taken care of. So I'm really just keeping my same. The most thing I probably did different was I bought a couple cars, and then because I already had like homes and stuff. So
cars is that's your vice. I like to travel. Traveling is my vice.
Travel is mine too. So I love to travel, and travel. I like cars, and I'm just starting to get into like a little bit of jewelry, not too much, you know. But I wanted to wait till I secured the bag before I did jewelry stuff. But so I'm into it now a little bit.
So what you got coming up? What trip you got? What big trip you got coming up? Because you got paid at the beginning of the season, so you couldn't do anything really.
Yeah, no. I want to go to.
Give me that flagrant story. Let's go behind the mask.
I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to South Africa, and do a whole tour, do the whole vibe. I want to go for like 2 weeks, and also I've still never been to Europe, so. You know, before you sign a deal, you know, we spent a lot of time in the Caribbean. You know, we've been almost everywhere in the Caribbean, but I mean, it's almost all the same after a while. Every place got their own. I'll say every place got their own flavor, but it's very similar. But I want to switch it up. I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to places in Europe. I want to do a whole little tour. I want to go to Italy. I want to see like Amalfi Coast, all kind of stuff like that. And I'm actually going to Hungary and Budapest and in end of February. So we're gonna do going with a group of players. Actually, we're gonna go do some football camps and stuff over there and have a good time. And so I want to do a lot of stuff. I want to do a lot of different stuff. Man.
Former player that played in our era, Jamie Winboy, asked the question. He said, you know, he was impressed with your motor, impressed on how you just get after it on the field. I'm impressed with your humility. You know what I mean, and how obviously well spoken you are, how mature you are for such a young player. But you ever just sit back and, you know, want to beat your chest, finally got that All-Pro, secured the bag, like, shit, I'm the man, yo. You know,
you know what? For me, handling the business and handling it is good enough for me. Like, I always, like, it's easy for me to be just like chill, because it keep me focused. I never want to feel like I arrived, you know. Yeah. And I always gotta make myself feel like I gotta do more work, and I always gotta. Because my wins are short lived in my head, and that, it got to come to a point where you know, I just can't be content. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like when it's all said and done, I want to be like, all right, now I finally, you know, I did, you know. But at the end of the day, I just always got to keep pressing, keep growing. And then for me, as far as beating my chest and what's understood don't got to be like explained. Like, I'll just be chilling. Nah, but for real, man, I really, like, I don't got to prove nothing to nobody. I'm legit. Like, so I know I'm legit on the field. I know I'm legit off the field. I know I'm legit wherever I stand. Like, it is what it is, you know. And so I'm confident in the fact that I don't have to make myself look or appeal to a certain, you know, group of people, whether it's socially or whatever it is. I mean, I'm me, you know, and I'm always gonna be me. So, and I like to have a good time, good vibes, but I'm never gonna make a fool out of myself for attention. Like, I like to people notice me, you know what I'm saying, just off of being me. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Like, y'all see me? Like, I'm not. That's not how I ever roll like that. So I just be chilling.
Hey, I gotta ask you this because, you know, deep down inside, now my draft story was like Atlanta pick 13.
Mm-hmm.
At the number 10 pick, they called me. No, I'm sorry. Atlanta pick number 12.
Mm-hmm.
They called me at the number 10 pick and saying, hey, Takeo, if you there, we probably will get you. So I can relate somewhat, even though mine was in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of knowing, like, bruh, like, it's a childhood dream that came true. That's what I hear when I hear you say that.
Yeah,
being able to play in your hometown and everything.
Absolutely. I would never say I was never really a big fan of a team growing up. If I was a fan of any team growing up, it was the Ravens because I was close with Ed and Ray. But I always liked the Falcons because when I was from Atlanta, and obviously, you know, everybody in the world loved Michael Vick when he was playing. So, but for me to be able to play here is nothing short of a dream, and to be having the success I am, and you know, to have success, you had a lot of things gotta fall in line for it to happen. Like, even think about good players that's thrown in like a bad system for them as the player or something. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I had an opportunity playing an attacking style defense by Coach Quinn, 4-3, where I could shine and I could play nose 3 technique and be good at both of them and just be comfortable. And they trust me enough to let me be me as a player. And then things in the community, like, I can go drive 30 minutes to Rockdale and do something for them. I could go see my mama whenever I want to. My family could come see me at the game whenever, and it's like we just picking up where we left off. But it's just, you know, it's like we just elevating. You know, it wasn't a big change, you know, for us. So it's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. It's been amazing, and I just want to continue to grow it up.
Let me ask you this: and this is basically coming from all the fans out there who want to know. You know, you guys last year, when you look at the previous season, 2018, you sustained so many injuries, and it really kind of it crippled you guys going into the season. Now you look at this year, we break the games up, whether or not quarter as players we do. Society, they look at 16 games, first half, second half of the season. First half of the season, you guys started out 1-7. Finished the last 8 games, half of the season, at 2-6. No, I meant you went 6-2. I'm sorry, 6-2. Within those 6 wins, 2 wins came against playoff teams that are in the playoffs now.
Yeah,
they decided to retain Coach Quinn. I'm a big fan of Coach Quinn. I believe in what he preaches and what he teaches. I understand results. What changed throughout the beginning towards the end of the year that you really felt like it made you guys feel more into who you are and propel you to the 6 wins?
Yeah, I think as the year go on, and as we got the bye week right in the middle of the season, we were 1-7, and I think coaches and players took the time to kind of just evaluate like where we was at and what was really going wrong. I think we just got back to the basics on the second half of the season. We did try to do some new defenses earlier in the year, and things that we haven't done as much of since I've been there.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of foul down fronts, a lot of different. So I'm sure with bringing somebody extra in the box, they're trying to change coverages in the back. I'm not a coverage expert at all, but I'll say
you just see ball, get ball, right?
So I know we changed a lot of. I think we simplified things, and then we got back to our basis of letting the players bring the call to life and just putting us in the right situation. But I also think, being at that 1-7 point where nobody want to be there, like that's an ugly, ugly place to be, And but I also think we had to as a team, turn our urgency up, because I felt like there were times during the year where it just wasn't. It was just guys. Sometimes people were just out there, and it's like, and I always struggle with the fact of if you get an opportunity to play NFL football and go out here and play, why do I have to sit here and try to hype you up to go out here and do something you should love to do? So I think our sense of urgency in that second half, we got to the point where we got everybody on the same page of just going out there having fun and just cutting it loose. And at that point, it's like, I think it was. It really was no worries as far as if we won everything after that, we could have went to the playoffs. But that's a hard something to do. But it was just like no pressure. Like you just go out there, play, do the best you can do, and it end up working. Yeah. So it's like, and then they're making some changes in the coaching tree. Definitely, I think it helped us, and it also shows Coach Q's willingness to do whatever it takes to get on the right track.
Facts.
Because being in that situation where you say you're going to call the plays and do this and it's not going all the way your way, already being a head coach, you got so many hats to wear, so many things to do. And he is the type of man that's going to try to do his best and everything. And so I think he might have put a little bit too much on himself. I think he'll tell you that himself. And he trusted, I think the things he wanted us to do as far as trust the people around us, I think he started to trust the people around him more and let them help him, And I think, he's blessed to have great coaches, and I think they more like friends and buddies because they had his back. And whatever, Ryen came over back to defense when I was a rookie. He was already on defense side, but he went back to offense. So he came back, and I think with him spending all them time on the offense for the years, he kind of knew what concepts that could help us stop other offenses, and so he came back over and helped us, and Coach Brick, and then the linebacker coach went to help more in the coordinator role position. Nothing was really, really big changes, but it was just extra hands, extra help, and extra set of eyes too. Especially it was good having Ryen come over because it gave us a fresh set of eyes on defense, and I think it actually ramped up some people's sense of urgency because it made some people uncomfortable, Yeah. And then I think for me personally, like I just told you, I always try to keep myself like not comfortable, like I just want to keep driving, keep growing. But everybody don't got that, It's easy for a lot of people just to be like, all right, I'm starting now. Like, what they going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to get complacent. So
yeah, just chill.
So it take that lighting of the fire sometime, and I think it was really, really good for our team, and we turned it around the second half because at 1-7, it's hard for a lot of people to rebound from that. That start trickling down where you end up 3-13, 2-4. Like that can get real ugly, So we turned it all the way around to where we almost got back even, 7-9. Definitely not the years we want to have back to back, but I think we're in a space now where we went through that ugly, and we got to learn from that so we can continue to propel forward because we have great players, we got great coaches, and we got a great owner that believes in us and give us all the resources that we need to go out there and have success. So it's up to us on that field. And like I told the guys, we can work hard all week in the weight room, in the practice field, which is things that are necessary. But on game day, you have to be able and willing to perform because at the end of the day, Like you guys know, them W's is all that matter, and so we gotta just perform on game day better.
But you consistently perform on game day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your numbers, as Spike said earlier, just continuously going up. 69 tackles from an interior defensive lineman is just incredible. But there got to be one story, one old lineman that just gave you the business. You like, no matter what I do, my first move, my second move, that club and rip, that bull rush, ain't shit working. Who gave you the business?
Who gave you the business?
Gave me the business. No, I'll tell you one of the toughest offensive linemen to go against is we've been played him every year the past couple of years is Brandon Burks from the Eagles. Great respect for his game. He's uniquely built where he's a really big guy. He's very massive. But he like
uniquely built.
Listen.
Sounds like a plus size model.
Listen. Because he big, but he ain't. He's like his midsection is like slim, but his arms is like this big around, and they enhance. His arms are so long, so it's like you try to go around him, he just kind of like catch you. You know what I'm saying? And if you bull rush him, you ain't getting much. But like because a lot of linemen, you know, like. If I get my leverage on him, I could really just push him back. But I mean, he could just sit there. That's why he won what is he? The highest paid guard now?
Yeah.
But he's just a massive human being, but he's athletic as well. And I think we also went against Indianapolis. I'll give the guy Quentin Nelson his props.
Because he gets a lot of hype.
He does get a lot of hype. But he is a good player. I'll give him that too. But he has a really good motor for offensive lineman, and he plays very hard. So that was actually a fun matchup, and so I mean he's a good player. I'm not gonna take that from him.
So me,
but Brandon Brooks I think is the hardest.
I'm good. I think first D lineman we had on the show, right?
First D lineman we had on the show.
So I always get these. I play O-line. I get these comparisons about who's the better athletes. O-lineman or D-lineman.
Don't
we gonna go there. We gonna go there. For all my guys, yo. I'm represent. Because, and I say O-lineman because we will go 60 plays, 60 snaps, and we don't come off the field. Y'all do y'all 3-5 snaps, tap out, get some water, some game.
Y'all moving 3 feet.
Who falls that?
You know what? I was like, but come on now, because O-lineman, y'all just in the way, man. Like,
just slugs,
man. Just in the way, man. Like, just let me go with her, man.
Let me ask you this. All right, those are some of the dudes who gave you respect. Oh, did you say they gave you the business? Like,
no, I ain't say nobody gave me the business. No, I respect their game.
Ain't nobody put them hands on you?
I respect their game. But y'all can go look for yourself.
Oh, let me make a note. We got to go back and watch.
Now look, look now. If I get my leg get caught up and I get tipped over.
Sounds like an empty game.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, but all right. So, what was that time? You know, we all have our moment to where we like, you know what? I belong in this league. Like, this is my game. This is why I'm here, and that's the reason why I performed the way that I did. What was that moment for you?
That moment for me was my second year in the Super Bowl. Ended up having a really good game. Got 3 sacks on Tom Brady. Had a really big tackle for loss. Just was playing like, just cutting it all the way loose. Because my second year was my first year starting, and it was still like, you know, I was going hard, trying hard, but I still had like, I wasn't having the kind of production I wanted for myself. And but when I did that on the biggest stage, even though, you know, we lost the game, but it gave me confidence enough to know like I can be as good as I want to be in this league. And that's when I went on my 3rd year, and I had a Pro Bowl caliber year, and then making a Pro Bowl alternate that year. And from then, I just knew, like, I mean, as long as I handle my business, be the best me I could be, and continue to grow, I can be a beast in this league. And so that I would say that's the game that gave me the confidence, the true confidence to know that I can be as good as I want to be.
We talked about that.
That's a Super Bowl record too.
It is 3
the way.
sacks. 3 sacks. Obviously, you had a phenomenal game. We were watching the game together.
Yeah.
And but this is still talked about around the city. And again, we were watching the game at Carlos' house, I believe, and it was a blowout. Maybe even your house. It was a blowout. So everybody start going back to the party. It's a Super Bowl party. We went back to the party part of it. But then, you know, where we going with this? Halftime, and then, you know, the wheels just fell off the wagon, man.
The fall off.
Yeah. So what was that experience? I know you done relived it.
Yeah, relived a lot of times, but it was tough, man. Excuse me. It was tough because, you know, it just was like the things that was happening at that point. You know, and growing up, you always see these like Super Bowl moments when it's like, yo, that only something like that can happen like in the Super Bowl. Like for me, that was like the Julian Edelman catch when they was trying to convert and he threw it all the way down. All the ball bounced all over the place and he like caught the ball and I'm like, bro. And then I'm going back, you know, after they make a big play. And I'm running back down to the ball. I'm like, yo, this is man. And but I mean, shoot, I'm at a loss for words with that one, man. I was thinking about that today, like, you know, I think, you know, it hurt for the city, man. Me being from the Atlanta area, I know how much the Super Bowl would have meant to this town, and it's just we just got to go get it, man. I don't know how, but we just got to continue to grind and get back to that point because that's one of the. I mean, it ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? That's a bad way to lose a game. That's a bad way to lose a game, let alone a world championship. So, yeah, that was a tough one.
Do you think that y'all have what it takes to get back?
I think if we make our necessary adjustments and not play, like I said in my interviews already, we get rid of the mulligan time and like, all right, we gotta learn from our lessons that, you know, it's time to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't like just test the water out. Like we gotta go all in and cut loose from the beginning. And I believe we got what it takes to be a championship team. And we got the core pieces in place. And with key more additions here and there and changes here and there, I feel like we'll be able to get where we need to go. I feel like that's why Mr. Blank kept us as a organization, the core of it, together because I feel like we right there on what we need to do to take the next step. And I truly, truly believe that if we handle what we got to, and with guys getting more experience, and for some of the younger guys, I was on the defense having another year, and some of the offensive players, we had some young offensive linemen this year. They gained that experience. I feel like we can get the job done.
My last question I got for you. We know how high the rivalry is between the fans, Atlanta and the Saints. But most times they don't know what goes into that game as a player that makes it special to you. So my last request, I got some fans hit us up on the social media page behind BTM Podcast, and they wanted to know like what makes it so special for you guys as a player when you go through it throughout the weekend, makes it gratifying in the end.
As far as playing the Saints, I mean, it's just one of those games. Like as a player, you know what one of those games mean, you know, and I think absolutely the rivalry between those two cities and the fans definitely play a big role in it. It's like whenever it's like going against somebody who want to see you fail like all the time, and like they just like they don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you get the opportunity to face them face to face. It's like that's your moment. You know, that's your moment to step up to the mess, and I feel like they feel the same way and vice versa. So when those two feelings clash on the field, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's time to go to war, time to do it. And you know, so for us going into the Superdome and getting that win when everybody counted us out, and it was an amazing feeling. It was an amazing feeling because I done been in there where it got real rowdy and we was on the wrong end of it, and but going into their house and getting the win felt really good. So But that game is definitely special. You know, I'm the type of person try to, like, you know, not make something a big deal or not doing this and that. But when you see how much it means to former players, the fans, as a current player, you can't do much but respect that, you know, and take that same intensity into the game and try to have success. So definitely, that's definitely one of the most recognized rivalries, I feel like, in the NFL.
Well, Grady, we know you did your thing on the field this year, got rewarded prior to the season. You talked about your love for cars too, but also you do a lot in the community. Talk about Grady Gives and how you like giving back.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Giving back is very, very important to me. So over the time, we developed Grady Gives, which focuses on mostly anti-bullying, childhood literacy, and really youth empowerment, and just giving kids opportunities and avenues to be the best them they can be. And everything from visiting hospitals, I'll go down. I got a partnership with Grady Hospital. I go down to the Children's Hospital and see the kids at least once or twice a year. Anything, also like Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, they work with the Falcons, so I go see them. And whatever I can do to put a smile on kids' faces. And I do anti-bullying rallies. I'll do an annual one that I'll do one in Rockdale County, whether it's at the high school or the middle school. And we'll just talk about bullying open, and the kids always get a good thing from it. And I shot a video with NFL Network and the Inspire outreach they're doing right now. Did a video with them out at Newton High School with a group of kids and had a nice sit down and had an open conversation dialogue about bullying and things to do and what not to do and how does it make kids feel. And kids that was kind of experiencing stuff out there. And so we did the video so it could be like seen nationwide. And I have annual football camps and cheerleading camps. I have it out in Rockdale County. We have at least 500 kids a year. And they come out, have a good time. And I'll do also for the high school, I'll have 7-on-7 tournaments. So the local high schools and high schools in the metro area, we're trying to get statewide to where we can grow it to come compete. And they just come have a good time. You play against schools that you wouldn't have the opportunity to play with out of your conferences, and just to see where y'all at, you know, just to get good work in. That's for the big kids, and then for the youth kids, we just have fun with them, give them drills, and we have cheerleaders come in. Freddie the Falcon come help do the cheerleading camp with the young ladies, and they have a great time. And so I now have an annual golf event we do at Top Golf here in Midtown, and we'll help raise funds for everything we do to drive all these different things that we want to get into throughout the year. I purchase 20 seats a game. At the Dome, we choose different organizations throughout the city to donate 20 tickets to, get people to come to an NFL game that they would never have the opportunity to come to otherwise. So, and we always have a good time with that. So we call that the Grady Bunch. And so they always on the big jumbo screen and having a good time. We give them all shirts and they have a really, really good time. So definitely, you know, being out in the community, man, it means a lot to me. And just really, really want to serve, especially in the community where I'm from and nationwide, wherever I can to shoot worldwide. Now with this trip, we're going to Hungary and having a good time. So wherever I can to serve, man, and I feel like that's, you know, you always get back what you put out. So definitely want to put out positivity.
I want to talk about these cars, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody got a vice.
Yeah.
Everybody got a vice. Let's talk about what cars do you have, though?
So right now I got, let me see. I got four cars right now. I got my because if we count everybody who got a car now, 'cause it's in my name, then
just the ones you like to drive.
No, but so I got an S63 coupe Mercedes. I got a G63, a new model Brabus package. Got some nice forges on there. Whole new exhaust system. You know, I had to throw that in there. And my favorite car, I always wanted, I had to get it, was a Rolls-Royce Wraith, red interior, black badge, It's a bad boy. And then my baby, my first car I bought was my Chevy Tahoe, black on black. Still got love for it.
For sure.
Still got the Chevy. Still repping the Chevy.
My little sister was driving it for a while, but I just bought her a new car through Mercedes. I got her the new A-Class Mercedes. So real high-tech car. Real girly car. She 20, about to be 21, college student working at Neiman. She living a good life.
Do you go? I see that. Right. Do you go into a certain type of mode when you drive a certain car? Meaning, like if you're driving the Mercedes or
without a doubt, the 63, the coupe, that's my city slicker. Every day, get me through the traffic real good. My G, you can hear that thing coming a mile away. I got them pipes on there for a reason, and that's my big boy. And when I first got the Rolls, man, I just played Rick Ross all the time. I used to, man, I'm telling you, I used to manifest this stuff. Man, I used to listen to Rick Ross, but I was like, man, I can't wait till I get my Ray to listen to that junk. But then I got my Ray, my cut on that Rick Ross. And then whatever else out, but that's my boss whip. You know what I'm saying?
What outfit do you put a certain type of outfit on when you drive the Ray?
You don't need, you can wear whatever you want in that Ray. You can wear whatever you want in that Ray. That's funny. I was talking to somebody about that. Just what your drip look like? Said it don't matter right now. We riding. We riding good.
We rolling good.
Sure. So you got the bag, cruising through the city in the Ray. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, with social media, everybody knows that Grady got the bag, all pro. I know them DMs was on fire, man. It goes down in the DMs.
I ain't
Take us behind.
What's the craziest thing that you stumbled upon? Is like, nah,
man. You'd be like in certain cities sometime. And I gotta see me. I don't bite at everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you be in certain cities sometime, and there's like some random girl or something hit you up. They see you like all kind of stuff, and just be like, oh. And just like I feel like, man, I be like, if something too easy, I feel like it's a setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't the type to bite on everything, but and I also like to meet people in person more than just the DM. But I mean the DMs,
it's quite entertaining, though.
Yeah, that's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel good about yourself.
Because I know listen, I'm tired of my DMs, though. Like, bro, I just...
You don't even check the messages on. We have
but
text,
you can't check them all, though.
You can't check them all. When y'all be rolling off like 10 at a time.
Yeah. Now that's a red flag. Now when they hit you back to back to back, and you don't say nothing, that's a red flag. Or don't mess around and open one, and then they see you read it. Then they're just gonna keep coming back to back. Or you try to be like the worst. I mean, not the worst, but sometimes you try to be nice to like a fan or something. Sometimes like, oh man, you're a beast. Yeah, like appreciate you, bro.
Best buds. That's what that means after that, right?
Appreciate you. You should one time. Then like they just flooding you, bam, 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 and it's like, oh, you don't want to talk to me now. I'm like, bro, you're just like, man, I gotta block you, bam.
So what celebrity crush did you have that you slid in the DMs?
Oh man,
this is your opportunity to get her right now.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if I did it.
No Rihanna's, no nothing.
No, I
even tagged Rihanna a couple times. She ain't say it though, but
yeah.
I tagged her. I tagged.
Yeah, no, I couldn't really tell you one off the top, but I used to have a thing for Karuchi, but she dated with the crew now, so I'm gonna chill out there. But I don't know, y'all. I got to think about that one.
If I can give you a little bit of advice, which I'm sure you already broken it down. If they giving you only them selfie shots, that's always just different angles or what it look like.
I can read through that.
Hey.
What?
Keep it moving. Don't even respond, bro.
Yeah, no.
Don't do it.
I'm telling you, man. I'll tell you, my best. How do I say it? Like nice. Some of my best friends. They they regular everyday hardworking people. You know what I'm saying? I've been here like 5 years. 5 years going on 6 now in the league. I've met a lot of different women. And some of them, you know, like you know, people kind of want like the lifestyle of, you know, what it is to be with a professional athlete sometime, and those ain't really the ones that you want around you too much, you know, because it ain't really about you, you know what I'm saying? So the ones who just enjoy the time with you, chill, everything low key, and you know, don't pressure about much until you're ready to, you know, do whatever, but it got to be on, you know what I'm saying, got to be organic, you know what I'm saying? Because through trial and error, you know, I've learned that it ain't, you know, everything ain't all sweet when they give you that attention. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just be around genuine people. It ain't to me about how much followers a girl got. I'm not into the clout chasing girl. Just because, and also I'm saying, just because a girl got a lot of followers or something, she might be a real nice girl. You know what I'm saying? But
just not your, it's not your style. It's not like
yeah, like it don't have to be that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But I ain't like I'm gonna egg somebody out just because they got a lot of attention either. So I mean, it's about the person. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to know people sometimes.
Well, maybe now they'll change their
approach
when they come into your DMs. If you're looking for personality, please feel free to share that too as well, because I'm sure they'll open that up for you too.
That's what they gonna.
He said that's what they gonna.
I ain't playing with you, bro.
The only rule on the Behind the Mask podcast is there are no rules.
Oh my goodness, that's what's up.
Man. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Behind the Mask podcast.
Indulge, share, and subscribe to quality content.
And we're everywhere. We're on YouTube. Make sure you scroll to the bottom, click that little bell for notifications. We're on Google Play, we're on Spotify, and we're on Apple Music.
Even on social media, we're going to make it easy for you. Follow at the BTM Podcast for your weekly fixings. And remember, there's only one rule.
There are no rules.
Let's go behind the mask.